My name is Victor Krausak, and this is my problem, cause, solution speech. The purpose of my speech is to persuade you to actively support space exploration and colonization by contacting your local representatives and engaging state legislators in space-related matters. On July 20th, 1969, the whole world watched as Apollo 11's Eagle lunar module landed on the moon. When Neil Armstrong said, "This is one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind," the whole nation stood in awe. The whole world did. The moon landing wasn't just a big deal for space exploration. It brought the entire nation and world together with a sense of awe and endless possibilities. It even inspired people to dream bigger and to aim for the stars. But now, it seems like the excitement about space exploration has somewhat faded. These days, people don't seem as thrilled about space missions and discoveries. It's a shame that the wonder and the pride we felt during the moon landing era doesn't seem as strong. Today, I'll discuss the numerous benefits of space travel and exploration as it applies to today. The lack of NASA funding, as well as insufficient support due to limited knowledge and resources. Then, we'll delve into strategies for advocating and promoting space endeavors through legislative lobbying. According to the PEW Research Center's website, which I accessed on August 5th, 2024, Americans strongly prefer increased spending on programs closer to home, like education, public health, over space exploration. That same website refers to a 1970 Harris study, which concluded that 56% of Americans felt the moon landings were not worth the money spent. Nonetheless, a separate Harris study from that time concluded that 81% of all Americans agreed nothing can equal seeing the astronauts land and walk in the moon as it happened on live TV. So those two facts are a bit conflicting there, if you ask me. According to the NASA website from August 5th, NASA's total funding accounts for 0.5% of the federal government's budget. Of that funding, the Space Exploration Program accounts for roughly 22% of NASA's budget. Sadly, in 2012, NASA's budget for planetary space programs was crippled by another 20% after those budget cuts, which for me is appalling. These significant budget cuts have fueled private space agencies. Some of them you've heard of, like Virgin Galactic, Blue Origin, and Elon Musk's SpaceX ventures. They've significantly advanced space exploration. So obviously people are not seeing the whole picture here. Now let's look at how ignorance plays a role. Many people hold misconceptions about space travel and exploration. Although 7 out of 10 Americans argue the importance of continuing to be a world leader in space, only 20% agree it should be a top priority for government spending. So most Americans agree that, yes, we should be out there in space colonizing, exploring, but nobody wants to pay for it. So basically, Americans are gravely underestimating the costs associated with maintaining this status of a world power in space, nonetheless. Most Americans think space exploration is dangerous, but recent advances in aerospace technology have made colonizing space and exploring space a lot much safer than it used to be. According to Britannica's website, which I accessed on August 5th, 2024, many people are not aware of the potential benefits of space exploration, such as all the technological advancements, resource acquisition, and the potential for new habitats. Now that we see how a lack of information contributes, let's turn to the flaws in our legislative policies. Federal laws don't allocate enough spending, and legislation toward NASA space programs is quaint, to say the least. According to spacenews.com's website from August 4th, 2024, NASA's fiscal 2024 spending year provided $24.8 billion, which is 8.5% below its original request, and 2% lower than what NASA received in 2023. Also, these funding challenges constitute a constrained fiscal environment, which has led NASA leadership to make difficult decisions on which missions to move forward with, often at the expense of others. Let me give you an example. there was a Mars sample return mission. We wanted to actually get samples from the planet Mars and return it back to Earth so we can analyze those samples for potential life, water, microorganisms, etc. That mission was scrubbed due to budget issues. Another mission called the Da Vinci mission was supposed to send another probe to Venus. The first since Russia sent its probes back in the 70s. That was scrubbed. And another is the Dragonfly mission to Saturn's moon Titan. I don't know if you've heard, but Saturn's moon Titan is quite an exciting heavenly body. There's a lot going on there, even with its own atmosphere. It could be potentially habitable for human beings. But once again, NASA had to scrub that mission because of lack of funding. After reviewing our laws and legislative policies, let's focus on how to deal with the unawareness. We must educate people about the facts of space exploration and colonization. Here are some suggestions. How about we update class curriculums to include recent advances in space technology and the benefits of colonizing in other worlds? Another suggestion is we can encourage the media to air more space-related programs. We can introduce a space exploration college class as a mandatory requirement and encourage the Senate to create a law that allows students to, let's say, enlist in the Space Force for 1 year to get a full scholarship in college. I think these suggestions would open the eyes of the public as well and create some awareness as far as the potentials of space exploration and colonization in the future for humanity. Now that we've dealt with the information issue, let's deal with how you personally can help. All 50 states have to get into action. What I would really like to persuade you to do is to lobby your state legislators and encourage your local representatives on space-related matters. From Alaska to LA, Houston to New York, Florida to Hawaii, we all must take action. For instance, you can compose a well-researched and persuasive letter or email to your state legislator or local representatives. You can highlight the importance of space exploration, its potential benefits, and specific programs or missions that you feel need some more support. Also, if you personalize your messages, it would be more impactful. You can also request a meeting with your state legislator or staff to discuss space-related matters. You have that right. You can prepare a clear agenda and provide them with relevant information and materials. Also, with the rise of social media, you can use that platform to raise awareness as well. You can tag your representatives and encourage them to do the same. Lastly, you can organize a community event, host a community event and a town hall meeting about space exploration and benefits. In conclusion, it's obvious that people are failing to support America's space program due to ignorance and poor funding. However, through improved education and engaging your local representatives, we can increase NASA's spending budget and elevate consciousness about the importance of space exploration and colonization. To conclude, by taking the future of humanity into your own hands, you can influence Congress and help allocate more funding to NASA's space program. Although private space industries are making incredible breakthroughs in this field, I feel it's up to you and to our nation to pioneer this new and exciting horizon of space travel and colonization. So get out there, write some letters and social media posts, and make a difference.